Hello everybody, again, this is JD. I don't know if I'm going to pass this video on or just leave it and let you all look at it. But basically, capitalists, democracy, socialists, you're hearing all this stuff be thrown all over the place by everybody. What are we? Okay, we are not a democracy. We're not even close to it, so don't even believe in it. Anyone who tells you it, they have no idea what they're even talking about. Nobody here elects a president at all. The president is elected by the Electoral College. We just tell the state how we want them to vote. The Electoral College votes the way the state directs them to. Secondly, we're not a socialist. We are not a government where the state owns everything and runs everything and controls everything. Everybody goes to work and then you just, basically get everything from the state. No, we're not. We are a republic. We're not a capitalist society either. And we're not a socialist society either. So then what are we? Well, before we talk about either, let's talk about some of the cons of everything. Capitalists. Everyone thinks, oh, leave the government out. We're capitalists. We are. No, we are not. You want the best example of capitalism? Listen to Khrushchev back when he was standing in front of the United Nations and banging on the podium with his shoe, and his comment afterwards, you can count on a capitalist to sell you the rope to hang him with. That's true. But the ultimate of true capitalism is a story. A children's story. The goose that laid the golden egg. The true capitalist was the guy who slit the goose open at the end. To maximize his profits, he slit the goose. That is true, unabated capitalism. And boy, we have seen a lot of it lately in this country. Don't tell me these banking firms, these mortgage lenders have not been slitting the goose. They slit it big time. But we're not a socialist society either. We are a hybrid, a mixture of both. Why am I telling you all this? Because right now, we're coming up with something to save people's homes, their mortgages. And you might say, well, that's not the government. Wait a minute. Back up a little bit. Back up. That is part of what makes us American. That is our heritage. You might say, what do you mean, our heritage? Well, look at our heritage. Back before the Civil War, we're a young, fledgling country. If somebody's house got burnt down in town, or somebody's barn got burnt up, do you ever hear of a barn raising? House raising? Oh yeah, in history they used to do that. The whole community got together and they built the barn. Right, the whole community got together and they built the house. May not have been the same house, may not have been the same barn, but they built it. And what did they expect in return? Nothing. People, the teachers that came to the community, they would live in their home that was built attached to the school, usually a room or something. But for dinner, they would every night go to a different community, a different person's house. They would be paid by gifts and stuff. Doctors would get things like that. Bartering was very common then. And if somebody needed some help, it was not unusual for somebody else to bring something there to help them. Now, you all remember the old movies with the guy at the cape and the big tall black and holding the mortgage, and the hero would come with the money from the town that they raised and saved the dazzle in distress's house and children. That is our heritage. That is what makes us Americans. Yes, we are not a socialist country. But This time, too many houses have gone into foreclosure. Too many people have lost their jobs. Too many. So communities alone cannot do it. A couple friends or neighbors cannot come up with a month's rent to help them. It's just too big of a task. So now our government will take the money we all put in the government and take care of those mortgages. That's what we need to do. But we need to make sure that our Congress and Senate does it the way we want it done. Not a free handout to the big rich people who doggone and all this stuff about golden parachutes and stuff. No. No. What we're going to do is say, forget going to the companies. You will go on the individual mortgages and pick them up. You will save the individual family's home. I did a video just before this about that to give you a detail how it could be done. And understand, it is in our heritage to do it. Capitalists are going to argue, no, don't do it that way. Give me the money. Because, remember, they're the ones who slit the golden goose. They want more. They will argue that. And your socialists will say, no, we need to regulate them a whole bunch. No. What we need right now is to save the homes of the American families that are in peril. Not through fault of their own. And is that in our heritage? From before the founding of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, before they sat down and wrote the Constitution, that has always been part of our heritage. We were always there for our neighbor. They say the world, these countries, we are... No, we need now to be there for us. The families that need their homes to be secure. So they can find a way out of this mess. They want to. Not credit cards. No. Credit cards, no. Leave credit cards out of it. Don't even touch credit cards. Don't touch things like that. Only on homes. Keep it strictly on homes. And by buying up the mortgage, our government is not breaking the law because they don't own the property. They have the mortgage. And therefore, the federal government does not own property. So if someone comes up and says, oh no, that's buying property. No, it isn't buying property. Still, the people living in the home owns the property. It's like all of us at home. We own our property, but the bank has the mortgage. Same thing. But this time the federal government will have the mortgage, and the people will be paying, my example is use the IRS, to the IRS. This is what you need to understand. This is not a bailout. This is not socialism. This is not capitalism. This is not democracy. This is not communism. It is a republic, the United States of America, and this is our heritage. This is what makes us strong. And yes, it's okay for us to do it, but make sure your congressmen and senators do it the right way. Demand it. Thank you. This is JD. If you don't believe me, look at our history. House raising and barn raisings are something that is even to this day practiced by some communities. You have a nice day. This is JD.